Hi, Benjamin. Thanks for showing up for your consultation. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I'm also doing pretty well. It's a nice day here in Philadelphia. I know you mentioned that the gyms were open in Norway. Did you make it to the gym today?
Yeah, I actually did. Just came back home from the gym. Had a pretty solid session. I'm pretty happy.
Great. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in hearing about what you did. So why don't we start from the beginning all over again? Tell me a little bit about yourself and your fitness goals.
So I'm a 21-year-old guy. I go to college in the U.S. Right now, I'm actually back home in Norway because of COVID, but it's kind of given me a lot more time to kind of work out in the gym and get a little more into it. And then like my fitness goals are pretty much just gaining lean muscle mass and kind of try to not gain as much fat as possible so I can eventually maybe step on stage for a competition.
Oh wow, those are ambitious goals, but they're great. I love it. So why don't you tell me why are these goals are important to you?
For me, it's I would have to say like they're important because I feel like I'm good at what I'm doing, even though I don't really have a plan for how to get there. I feel like I have some knowledge and I have some experience in the gym, so being able to step on stage would be like one of my greatest accomplishments,
Mhm.
um, and definitely just kind of like something to work towards. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that would definitely be a major accomplishment to get up onto stage and then be able to showcase your skills that you've accumulated over the years. And, you know, um, it feels good to look good for sure. Uh,
Mhm.
so why don't you tell me how committed are you to achieving your goals on a scale of 1 to 10?
Um, yeah, honestly, for right now, I would have to say maybe like a 6 or like 7. It's like I feel like I'm committed, but I have a tendency to like kind of stop after I
Mhm.
meet some resistance. So yeah.
Okay. Um, Yeah, so that's interesting that you say that that you're maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10, and that you have sometimes that you hit a wall and you want to stop. Uh, so what makes you say that you're a 6 out of 7 moving forward?
Um, I mean, it's kind of like sometimes I don't see results, and it kind of like bums me out. So it's like if I'm able to see like continuous results, I feel like it might be like I definitely would be like more committed. But at this time, like I haven't really seen that.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I totally understand that when uh, you're not exactly sure how far you can go or if you'll even reach your goals, that your commitment level can be low. I want to let you know that with my training programs, I offer 100% guarantees. So if you don't reach your fitness goals, you're going to get your money back. That's how confident I am that you will reach your goals. So if you were to sign up for a program, I provided that guarantee for you, would that maybe raise your commitment level?
Honestly, yeah, I I think I like if I'm promised results, I would probably say like a 9.
Awesome. A 9 out of 10, is where we want to be, because if you're committed to it, then I can put you through the system and you'll actually complete the different components required to get you to, a competition level athlete. So that's great to hear that me providing, that insurance that you'll reach your goals would get you up to a 9. So let me get a little more information about you. Tell me a little bit about your current nutrition habits.
So currently I'm kind of just doing macros in versus out. Like I'm kind of just counting how many calories I consume in a day, and for the most part, I try to like get an like a good amount of protein, um, and the fat and carbs are kind of a little all over the place depending on the day. I eat a lot of, I would say, like a lot of chicken and rice, some pizza every now and then, get some oatmeal to start the day. And I try to implement like a lot of berries and
Mm,
some greens.
wonderful. Great. Yeah. Get lots of vitamins and antioxidants from that. So about how many meals per day are you eating? And is the diet pretty balanced throughout the day?
So right now, I would say I'm like 4 or 5 meals per day. I try to uh, to kind of spread out the protein, especially, but I do have a tendency to have a higher calorie breakfast and a higher calorie dinner, and then the rest is kind of like moderate to whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that actually sounds like some decent principles, and I can definitely show you how to tweak that so that we can optimize your muscle gaining potential, make sure you're staying anabolic throughout the day. Um,
Awesome.
I'm wondering, what are your energy levels during the day?
Um, it for the most part, it's pretty good. Like starting up the day, I tend to be pretty tired, not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Like I spend the first hour of the day kind of just feeling tired. But once I get past that phase and I kind of get my breakfast in, I start to kind of elevate a lot more. And that kind of just keeps that level throughout the entire day.
I definitely understand that feeling, especially when in a muscle gaining phase, you wake up hungry and
Mhm.
tired until you really get that first meal in.
Exactly.
Great. So how many times were you sick last year?
Last year, I think I was sick maybe once, um, but I don't remember being sick, honestly.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm kind of throwing in one because there's probably a cold I had at some point.
That's great. As long as you're not remember that you were constantly sick. Hopefully that means you're maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Mm.
Are you taking any medications or supplements right now?
I'm not taking any type of medications, but for supplements, I do take supplements for zinc, um, and then for magnesium. I do take whey protein. I don't know if that one counts.
Mhm.
Um,
Definitely.
and then I'm taking creatine monohydrate,
Hmm.
citrulline malate, or how you ever you pronounce that. And then multivitamins and what else? Um, like pre-workout.
Okay, great. It's a pretty robust list.
Yeah, I've seen online that it should be working. So, I mean, hopefully.
Hey, even if it doesn't, that placebo effect is real.
Hmm.
All
That's
right.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Do you have any other additional health concerns or medical issues that I need to be aware of?
And no, no.
Okay,
So for my
great.
no.
So I want to ask, it seems like you have a decent understanding of working out and you want to gain muscle, maybe to a point where you feel competent and confident enough to perform on stage. So I want to ask you, if you're feeling like you don't have total control within the gym. Has this something that has been occurring for your whole life, or is this something that's new?
I mean, it's kind of something that is like it's been lasting for a while since I started going to the gym. I would say for like the last 4 to 5 years. So it's kind of like the same cycle over and over again, where I get really into it, start seeing results, and then something happens and I just fall out of it. And when I fall out of like everything in the gym, I fall out of my nutrition, and then I kind of just have to start all over again. So
Mm,
it's like this never ending cycle.
yeah, definitely. I can understand that. Um, so in the past few years, have you tried to solve this problem of like keeping the motivation up? Have you like enlisted a trainer or used an app or anything to mitigate this situation?
Yeah, so I have tried buying like programs from like influencers on Instagram and YouTube,
Hmm.
um, but usually they don't seem to work for me. Like I don't know why, because a lot of people seem to have them working, but for me they don't. And other than that, it's kind of just looking up exercises and trying to figure it out and try to remember all of them for my sessions.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so why do you think that you failed in the past with being able to stay consistent and not falling off your routine?
Hmm. I would say like for the most part, like when comes to like my commitment, once I do finally see some resistance that I don't see in the kind of like the early stages of when I kind of get back into working out. And I think it's like my motivation to push through that and kind of go kind of out of my comfort zone, push myself more in the gym, be more focused on my nutrition. And yeah, I would say like for the most part, it's kind of that.
Okay, yeah, I totally understand. Well, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, it makes me feel pretty bad. It kind of gives me this bad ratio of feeling excited because it's going well to feeling pretty sad because it doesn't work and I have to start all over again. Um, so yeah, it kind of just switches between those two.
Yeah, I understand how difficult that can be. And I want to thank you, Benjamin, for I appreciate you, getting vulnerable with me and really, digging down deep into why some of the programs haven't worked before. That's going to help me have a better idea on how to serve you moving forward. Um, so let me just review. Uh, so by not having the commitment and the motivation to push through in sticking with your programs and your nutrition, you have, when you did work out, kind of fall out of routines. Um, Not only that, but you've tried to correct this a couple times by getting programs from influencers and sticking with that, but you failed repeatedly. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
pretty much.
So you know that you have the knowledge to put together a program and to showcase your skills on stage, but you don't really like the way that you look right now, and you're not really feeling confident that you can make a program that you can stick with. Um, so not only that, but you have tried a couple times to do this on your own with various programs, and you failed repeatedly to get the results you're looking for. Um, so ultimately, these are all symptoms of a much bigger problem that comes from one, not having the knowledge of how to put a complete program together, nor the motivation and accountability to see it through. Two, not having a workable plan of action to integrate the nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle components required for your success. And three, not having the support system required to make the lifestyle changes necessary to not only achieve your goals, but also maintain them for life, which I think is going to be the most important for you to have that cheerleader there to motivate you even when things get tough to keep you on track. So
Hmm.
let me tell you a little about my programs and how I'm going to help you solve these problems. So I know you can see my screen here. Is it okay if I share my screen and pull up a little presentation that'll help give you an idea of what exactly I'm going to provide for you?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. All right. So there's 5 steps to achieving your health and fitness goals. And like I said, I'm going to provide guaranteed results. You can see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So the first step in the 5 steps is to define your goal. We're only going to be able to get somewhere if we know exactly what you want. So we're going to define your goals, and we're going to figure out why those goals are important to you. Figure out your motivators. We also looked at how committed you are to your goals. So we're going to look at that again once we get started to really hone in and make them specific and measurable. Step 2 is our evaluation. So I do posture and movements assessments, followed with measurements and photographs. We will also do a nutrition assessment, and we'll really see exactly where we're at with all these different components. I take that information from the assessments back to my office, and I'm going to do the program design. The program design is going to be a comprehensive program, which is include each of the 5 components required for success. The first component is going to be nutrition. So that's going to be the foundation of all health and fitness. The second is going to be the resistance training, which is going to increase lean muscle mass and metabolism, which is probably the part that you're most excited for. Seems like that's what you have experience with.
Absolutely.
The third component is going to be cardiovascular exercise. This is going to be necessary to optimize fat burning. If you want to be competition ready, you're going to not only need to be strong and have muscles, you're going to need to be lean. So cardiovascular exercise is going to be imperative for your success. The next is going to be flexibility. This is extremely necessary to prevent injury, also to promote recovery. Those mornings where you're going to wake up and feel groggy, guaranteed you're going to feel a million times better just after some light stretching. And I'm going to show you specific stretches and teach you how to build up your body awareness so that you can actually locate where your pain or your tired feelings are coming from, so we can help eliminate that. The 5th component is going to be the most important component for you. It's the coaching. I'm going to bring the knowledge, the support, and the accountability to make sure that we stay on track throughout your entire program. The 4th step is going to be implementing the program. We're going to work together closely right after I teach the components so that you can take action for 21 days to build these new habits into your lifestyle. I'm going to provide that accountability by requiring you to keep a daily nutrition and exercise log and reviewing it together each session. Don't worry about it too much. It's going to be super simple and intuitive. I'm going to just provide you with an app where we're going to be able to interact through that daily. And this way, we're going to be able to overcome any obstacles that you come to together through teamwork. The 5th step is going to be 4-week assessments. So every month, we're going to repeat your evaluations and we'll update your program. We're going to see what your successes are, what your challenges are, and then how we can continue to improve your program and results. So you might be wondering, how long does a program last? Really, it depends on your goals, motivation, and level of commitment. Most clients begin training for 3 or 2 sessions per week. We work together until you reach your initial goals, and then we're going to transition to a maintenance program. So my goal is to develop lifetime relationships with my clients. So as you age and you grow, so will your motivations, your budgets, your goals. And so we're going to constantly adapt together. So if you need more help, I'm always here for you. All right. So you might be wondering, is there a methodology to the training? Because, you've worked out before, you know how to gain muscle. Absolutely, there is. I use the NASM's OPT model. That's the National Academy of Sports Medicine's Optimum's Performance Training Model. It all begins with stabilization before moving on towards strength. So you might be thinking, I just want to push weights. We're going to evaluate, make sure that you have the stability muscles within your body built up before we throw you into unstable environments so that, your body can handle it. Only then can you build strength and then ultimately power. So does it work? Of course it does. And that's why I'm going to guarantee you results 100%. So I'm going to show you a couple success stories of some of my other clients. Here's Michael. He's 19 years old. He said, I always knew I loved working out, but struggled with my nutrition. I was either overeating or not eating enough. Jabir helped me find my sweet spot, so I was able to build muscle and get leaner at a good pace. Now I'm stronger than ever and still progressing with his guidance. If you look at the images on the left, in the yellow shorts. These are some of his before photos. He was, at a reasonable weight, about 165 here, and for 5'8" guy, that's decent, good weight. But he was about 20% body fat. If you look at the images on the left, this is about 6 weeks later. I put him through my muscle building program, and he was actually able to maintain his weight but change his composition. So on the image to the right, he's actually the same weight, but he went from 20% body fat to about 12% body fat. So you can notice the different striations throughout his abdominals and within his back now. Here's another success story of one of my clients, Max, who's an audio engineer here in Philadelphia. He didn't have any experience with working out. So when he decided to start working out, he said he would go to the gym, do 3 random machines, then run on the treadmill for 30 minutes. He wasn't getting the results he wanted. So I worked with him to create a program that actually made sense for him. Now when he goes to the gym, he's able to just open up his app and it tells him exactly what to do. There's no guesswork. He said, Jabir is patient, knowledgeable, and non-judgmental. And I've started seeing results much faster since I started working with him. All right, so now we're going to take a look at our private training packages. So I'm going to review these different programs we've got with you, Benjamin. Based on what you told me of your goal of gaining lean muscle mass and getting ready for competitions, it's going to take probably about 6 months to do that, of training 2 times per week. So I got a couple different program options that are suitable for you. I'm going to recommend the 6-month program coming in to work out with us 2 times per week, with the 12-month program being a better value for the full commitment up front. So the 6-month program at 2 times per week is going to be $710 a month for the monthly investment. Whereas if you're looking for a slightly better rate and feeling super committed that you're going to be wanting to pursue this for the next year, 2 times a week would come out to a monthly investment of $645 a month. Which would you prefer to go with?
I think I'm just gonna full send it and do 12 months.
We'll send it. I love it. All right. 12-month commitment. I love it. 2 times per week. So that would make your total monthly investment $645 a month. You'll save an extra $65 a month just with that extra commitment. So it will pay dividends being more committed. So will you be putting this on your credit card or be paying through check or Venmo?
I think I'll just do my credit card.
Wonderful. Cool, so let's gather your credit card information now. I'm pulling out my Square, so let's see. Okay, I've got your credit card number. I'm processing it now, and it is submitted for $645. Today is the 2nd of the month, but your recurring payments will happen on the 1st of every month. So those will be automatically processed on the 1st of every month. I want to thank you so much for showing up today. Our next session, or our first session, is going to be our assessments. So I want you to dress in some tight-fitting clothes so that we can take some pictures and feel confident in taking some nice before pictures. And also make sure that your shorts are not too baggy or loose. I want to be able to observe your hips and your knees and your ankles, all your different joints as we take you through some posture and movement assessments. Sound good?
All right, sounds good.
Wonderful. So I'll see you at the assessment session.
All right, see you there.
All right, take care, Benjamin.
Take care.
All right, so I'm gonna...
Damn, that was solid, bro.
I'm gonna stop.